Good day. I welcome you again to the discussion of the subject Construction Materials and Testing, Lesson 2 under Week 1. So in this discussion, we are going to talk about the familiarization with apparatus and equipment used in testing of materials. So first, why is it important, by the way, to be familiar with the laboratory apparatus and their uses? Okay, so it's very important, no? One factor is that kanang how are we going to be able, to conduct tests properly if we are not well aware of how these laboratory equipments are being used, no? Or what are their uses, no? Basically also the mechanisms of these equipments. Okay, so aside from that, no, it is also very important because when you do field testing, no, because na may duha classifications natong materials testing, na may field testing and then laboratory testing. So usually, pagka mag-conduct ng field testing, usually after ana is i-validate mo na siya through laboratory testing. No? So, was siya one important kining driving factor na siya as to why we need to be able to have ourselves familiarized with those equipments and apparatus found in the laboratory for testing of materials. Okay? Ano siya. And one thing also, no, as to why it is really very important, to have ourselves familiarized and kanang to have an idea of what that certain apparatus or equipment is all about, because kining mga construction materials testing laboratories are equipped with kanang mga mahal sila ng mga equipments, and also they are sensitive. Okay? So, if we don't conduct proper handling, no, or proper usage of these equipments and apparatus, especially those big equipments, no, if we don't handle them very well, and if we handle them without enough idea on how to use them, no, it would incur damages, no, because again, these equipments and apparatus are one costly, and second is very sensitive. Okay. Now, construction material testing is critical for the viability and safety of a construction project. Hence, first, it can reveal any number of issues related to construction quality. It can also highlight future risks and help classify a building site and assist with, of course, engineering decisions. And without construction materials testing, engineers and builders may not know if the quality of the construction meets the requirements. Okay? So, muna siya. So it is really very important now to conduct testing on those materials that we incorporate in the construction. Okay, so before getting indulged with the science instruments or chemicals, it is quite important to have the accurate information regarding it. Okay, so man siya. So siya mga classification. First is we need to have enough idea about the safe handling. Okay, so laboratory equipments can lead to dangerous side effects, and that is why it is quite important to know how to handle them properly. Okay, so second is we also have to kining know, no, the efficient use of that specific equipment or apparatus. Okay, because laboratory instruments require the proper knowledge to run or operate them. So if they are not operated in the required way, it will not be helpful to churn out the desired results. Okay. Next also, no, is we need to know what are the proper materials, because many laboratory machines are designed to study and analyze samples from a variety of sources. So this sample can be organic or inorganic, vegetable or mineral. So knowing which machine is for which kind of sample and what the machine is supposed to do is good for avoiding trouble. Okay. Next is we should also know and have enough idea on how to understand the results, no, and also how to interpret those results. Okay, so after inserting the correct materials or calibrating a machine correctly, you still won't be able to finish your task unless you understand what it is, that the machine has just done rather. Knowing which sections of any printouts or displays contain the most vital information and what that information means is important to completing the experiment. Because every after testing no, ang iyang giyang output ana is test result. Okay? So dili nimo siya complete ang imuhang entire nga testing process if you don't know how to interpret or how to read those results no. Let alone ang kailangan nimo mabal-an on how to kanang proper record those readings sa kanang mga from those mga equipments and apparatus no, because as you do testing mong you will be required in some tests pod you will be required to read those kanang mga output gikan sa kanang mga machines no, and then you're gonna have to tally that one dito sa sheet no, dito sa testing sheet, and then after having done all the test procedure you will be left with the output to of the test mo na siyang ginatawag nga test result. So part gud siya no sa testing nga procedure ang your capability to understand and interpret results no. So you have to know nga from that sheet no, from that testing sheet you'll be able to know nga which section or asa nga part diri ang important no sa pag-interpret no, kay because dili man pod tanan data didto I mean dili siya yung nga vital tanan, pero ako man is kana magana siya prerequisite, pero nagi part dito no na specific section dito sa testing sheet no nga mo siya importante and mo siya na imuhang i-reflect dito sa ano na gid sa report no, sa test report. Okay? Muna siya nga one important factor po na siya no, kailangan na mabal-an, and we should have enough idea about that. Okay? Now we talk about the different apparatus and equipment used in testing materials. Okay? So civil engineering projects largely depend on the quality of materials, of course. So therefore, testing equipment capable of providing consumers with accurate and repeatable results is imperative. So while the mechanism in which the equipment performs analysis procedures varies depending upon the material to be analyzed, these testing instruments are capable of analyzing the properties of the material such as aggregate, soil, concrete, and asphalt. So in the following sections of this lecture, we are going to talk about different apparatus that we use in testing materials. Specifically, ato na siya i-classify as per kining material that they are used for, no? For aggregate, so what are those materials, I mean, what are those apparatus and equipment that we do for testing of aggregates, and what are those apparatus and equipment that we use no, in testing for soil, concrete, and asphalt. Okay. So first we talk about what are those apparatus and equipments that we use no for the testing of aggregates. So first we have the laboratory oven. So laboratory purpose especially designed for drying, baking, conditioning, and moisture determination. So ang yung prime purpose ani is to determine the moisture no, determination mo ng laboratory oven. Okay. Next is the muffle furnaces. It is designed for high temperature heating. So usually ginagamit ng muffle furnaces sa ano na siya, heating of asphalt. No, sa test po na siya sa asphalt. Okay, tama na siya. Next is we have the moisture tester. It is used for accurate measure of kining reading on site of soil and aggregates no. Kibali naman na siya ginagamit nato di siya sa field testing no, moisture determination dito sa site. Okay? And we also have apparatus no used for testing of aggregates. We have the Chapman flask. It is used for field determination of the amount of surface moisture in fine aggregates. Okay, still on the moisture determination okay of aggregates. And also, no, still under for testing of aggregates, we have here the sieves, no, the very common. Usually, makita natin siya sa laboratory sa university or sa school, no. So, this device is for separating wanted elements from unwanted materials or for characterizing the particle size distribution of samples. Okay, so man siya. So if you're gonna have to determine the particle size distribution of your kanang banana to base course or aggregate material, mo na siya tong gamiton no primary ni siya nga apparatus. Okay, the sieve. So basically in layman's term we call it ayagan ni siya. No, and then your sieve is na siya corresponding nga number depende na siya sa iyahang kanang kadagkoon sa iyahang bangag, no? So na siya mga designation na punto siya number na siya number and then size pod, no? So we'll be siguro discussing that one further, no? And also you will be able to ano po tining notice this one dito sa university laboratory. Okay, and then ang partner ni ana no sa sieve is we have here the sieve shaker motor, which is operated for sieves when perform sieving test. So ang sieve analysis, no, diha nato ginagamit ang sieve, and then if we do sieve analysis, so as we do sieve analysis, no, it is either ato na siyang i-manual og shake, no, ang mga sieve, or pwede na ta magamit og shaker or the sieve shaker motor, no. Mana siya partner na silang duha. Okay. And also, a few of the equipments that we use for testing of aggregates, we have here the sample splitters. It is designed for the reduction of test samples which are too large in volume to be conveniently handled. So basically, ano lang siya, splitter lang siya. No, i-separate lang nimo ang katong mga kanang dagko kaayo, no, ang mga sample, ay ang mga aggregates sa imong sample. Okay. And also we have here the tribometer abrasion tester. It is used to determine the resistance to abrasion and wear of cement, concrete, and similar materials. And we also have here now for the testing of aggregates, we use rock classification hammer. It is used for rock classification test. Okay, and we also have here the LA abrasion machine or the Los Angeles abrasion machine. It is used to determine the resistance of aggregates by abrasion. Okay. We also have here the microdeval testing machine used to determine the quality of aggregates by abrasion gihapon. Okay? So as you see, na ay mga different nga mga aparatos and equipments nga though different sila sa itsura, no, but same sila sa kanang iyang purpose o sa iyang mechanism, no. For example, for test of abrasion, you could have a lot of, you could have a lot of choices in terms of equipments or apparatus, no, para diri. For abrasion, pwede ka magamit og microdeval testing machine or pwede gyapon ka katong LA abrasion or katong Los Angeles abrasion na, but also you have to keep in mind nga kani nga mga machine though similar sila o ganang purpose or function, nayo pa siya mga limitation, no, na yung mga times nga pag kani siya nga specific nga kanang situation, no, or kini nga limitation, microdeval lang ang pwede or napoy times nga LA abrasion lang ang pwede. Okay, inana na siya. Okay, we also have here dry mixer. It is designed to dry mix materials like powder, cement, gypsum, and granulometric. Okay, kibali dry mixer lang na siya, no, used in mixing of dry nga mga materials. We also have materials, no, used in testing of concrete. We have here the core drill. It is designed to remove a cylinder of materials. More like a hole of saw. Okay, so kibali ganing core drill, one example of its usage is that determination of thickness of pavement, no, kibali mag-drill siya og ano dito kining sample from that kining kining concrete pavement, no, ang ihada yung output ana is ano na siya cylinder like nga na sample. So kibali mag ano gid siya didto kuhaan niya sample ang imong concrete pavement. Okay, we also have here now for the testing of concrete for the extruder, no, to thrust out or force or press out, no, extruder siya basically. Okay. We also have here the portable rock shear box assembly. It is used to determine the strength and slope stability of rock size. We also have here the climatic chamber. It is used to test the effects of specified environmental conditions on your concrete. Okay. We also have here the rebound hammer. It is used to assess the uniformity of concrete in situ to delineate zones or areas of poor quality or deteriorated concrete in structures. So, kaning rebound hammer, ano na siya, this belongs to kanang mga non-destructive nga kanang equipment or apparatus, no, in contrary sa katong core drill. Katong yung core drill, pag mag-extract siya sample, no, ang iyang i-extract siya ka sample kay ano man siya cylinder-like, syempre mabangag yun tong concrete pavement, no. It's either pulihan to siya, buhusan siya balik, or tabunan lang siya, no. Whereas ang rebound hammer is pwede na siya gamiton, no, in testing sa concrete nga kanang na on the field na nga nabuhusan na, say for example columns or beams, no, pwede niya ma-determine ang uniformity or ang quality sa ibuhang beam or column na, no, without incurring damages, no, to the member, no, or the sample. Next is we also have here the high stiffness flexural frame. It is designed for displacement control testing on advanced construction materials such as fiber reinforced concrete and sprayed concrete. Okay. We also use, no, these apparatus and equipment for testing of concrete. We have the specimen grinding machine. It is used to grind and polish rock and concrete specimens, natural stones, ceramic materials, and the like. We also have the circumferential extensometers. It is used, or it is designed for concrete and rock compression testing or for compression tests on other large samples. So still under the testing, of concrete, we have the UTM, or the Universal Testing Machine. It is used to test the tensile strength and at the same time compressive strength of materials. Okay. We also have concrete slump test, or decaning slump. No, it is designed to measure the consistency of fresh concrete before it sets. Okay. And then now we have the different apparatus and equipments, no, that we use as we test soil. No? First, we have the Atterberg limit nga mga apparatus na it is designed to measure the critical water content of fine-grained soils. Okay. We also have here the plastic limit tools. It is designed to measure the critical water content of fine-grained soils as well. Kibali kaning naa sa picture, no, ano na siya, it is used for determination of liquid limit, kibali, no. Kani siya, no. That is what we call the Casagrande cup. So, it is used in determination of the liquid limit. And kani pong diri, na still under ano man siya, determination of Atterberg, ano lang na siya for plastic limit, no. Kani siya diri, kani siya nga mga tools. Okay. Still under the testing of soil, we have here the shrinkage limit tools, no, daghan siya, no, daghan siya o kailangan, no, as you do tests on shrinkage limit. Now, it is designed to evaluate the water content of a soil where further loss of moisture will not result in additional volume reduction. Okay, and we also have here the Proctor soil compaction test tools, no, na diri ang kanang mga molds and your rammer. So it is designed to understand compaction characteristics of different soils with change in moisture content, no. So man kaning mga gold diri mo ni siya ang imong mold, no, of different sizes na siya in terms of diameter, natay 4 inches na putay 6 inches in diameter. And then we have here kaning mga tag-as diri that those are what we call rammers, no. So ang kanang rammers is na siya partner pud niya corresponding niya nga mold, no, with respect sa iyahang diameter, no. Ana na siya partner na sila with respect sa kaning katas-on sa rammer ug sa diameter sa kanang imuhang mold. Okay? No, ang uban pod nga mga apparatus no that we use as we do testing for soil is the spatula. It is designed for mixing, lifting, and handling powders, granular materials, and other solids, as well as for stirring or mixing liquids and other wet products. We also have soil hydrometer. It measures suspended solids during testing. Next is we have the direct shear testing machine. It is used to apply both normal and shear stress on the specimen. We also have here the penetrometer. It is a device to test the strength of a material. We also have now for testing of soil, we have the permeability testing, no, or permeability equipment. It is used to determine hydraulic conductivity or flow characteristics of water or other permeants through soil, of course, no. And we also have here the consolidation machine. It is designed to measure the compressibility of soils. Okay. So here are the references that we have used now in making these lecture notes and also this discussion. So if you have questions, concerns, and clarification, you may raise that one now later sa ato ang synchronous class. That would be all and good day.